Breaking now at 6. Protesters hit the streets here in Manhattan, calling for the protection of the election. We're live with where they are right now.
And the push for patience, the race for the White House, still not a done deal. The legal challenges now facing states still not called. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie Pascarella.
And I'm Chuck Scarborough. Almost 24 hours after the polls began to close in our area, and still no clear winner for President of the United States. And right now, on the road to 270, NBC News projects Joe Biden the winner in Michigan and the apparent winner in Wisconsin, bringing his electoral vote total to 253. President Trump has 214. From Atlanta to Milwaukee to Philadelphia, thousands of ballots are still being tabulated, many more waiting to be counted.
Now, the Trump campaign has filed suits to stop ballot counting in Michigan and in Pennsylvania, demanding increased access to the process. The campaign also says it will request a recount in Wisconsin immediately. We have live team coverage tonight from both campaigns, but we're starting out the evening here with a large protest we've been showing you underway in Manhattan. News 4's Mark Santia live with the crowd, I understand now in Greenwich Village. Mark.
Yeah, Natalie, every vote counts. Count every vote. That's the phrase echoing along Fifth Avenue right now. We're almost to Washington Square Park. I want to take you up top to Chopper 4. Take a look down from the sky. What began as a few people gathered on the steps of the public library has grown to more than 1,000 folks marching together with one voice. This is a peaceful, organized demonstration. The march heading to Washington Square. You can see the arch just down Fifth right there as they make their way down. It has been peaceful. It has been organized. Streets have been blocked off. Folks have been giving out water. People of all backgrounds joining together, again, with one message. They want to see every vote counted. And that's what folks are doing right here, joining together along this march on Fifth Avenue. Police are here. NYPD's out here. They've been walking along the entire time, but we've had no issues. We've not seen any issues. There have been no problems. Again, this is a very peaceful, organized march that's expected to wrap up here at Washington Square Park. This is one of several demonstrations planned for tonight and the next couple of days. We're live in the Village. I'm Mark Santia, News 4 New York.
All right, Mark, thank you. Now we're now hearing from the Trump campaign on the legal actions it's taking to ensure what it calls the integrity of the election.
News 4's Adam Cooperstein live in Washington, D.C. following the Trump campaign for us. Adam.
Yeah, the president promised legal action today. We saw a series of lawsuits, including in Pennsylvania. The president basically claiming that he's not getting a fair chance to observe the vote counting and opening of balloting process in these swing states that could play a huge role in deciding this election.
The Democrats know that the only way that they could win this election is to cheat in Pennsylvania.
Eric Trump and the Trump campaign claiming without evidence fraud is a factor in the Pennsylvania vote count. The president's team falsely declaring victory in the swing state at a press conference in Philadelphia.
Not a single Republican has been able to look at any one of these mail ballots. They could be from Mars as far as we're concerned, or they could be from the Democratic National Committee. Joe Biden could have voted 50 times as far as we know, or 5,000 times.
Early this morning, President Trump set the stage for a legal battle, falsely claiming that the Democrats are trying to steal the election while declaring victory before millions of votes had been counted.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it.
Later in the day, the president using Twitter to make claims of fraud, writing, "They are finding Biden votes all over the place. And how come every time they count mail-in ballot dumps, they're so devastating in their percentage and power of destruction?"
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country.
And other than that series of tweets from President Trump, we haven't heard from him since that 2:30 in the morning event here at the White House in the East Room. And there's no word on the next time we will hear from President Trump about the election. Reporting live outside the White House, Adam Cooperstein, News 4 New York.
Adam, thank you. And turning now to the Biden campaign, the former vice president's made the first comments of the day in Wilmington, Delaware, confidently predicting victory. News 4's Andrew Siff continues our team coverage live from Wilmington. Andrew.
Chuck, that's right. And the Biden campaign has grown increasingly more confident hour by hour as they get more results from the states that are still considered swing states from around the country. And as you indicated, former Vice President Biden sounding confident about the outcome.
Joe Biden this afternoon on the state of the race.
And now, after a long night of counting, it's clear that we're winning enough states to reach 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency.
The former VP and his advisors confident after prevailing in Wisconsin, they'll hold the lead in other key states to clinch the presidency once the votes are counted.
I will work as hard for those who didn't vote for me as I will for those who did vote for me. Now, every vote must be counted. No one's going to take our democracy away from us. Not now, not ever. We, the people, will not be silenced.
And Biden, who thanked a drive-in crowd early this morning for their patience.
We feel good about where we are. We really do.
Made clear through his campaign team, they have no intention of giving in to President Trump's baseless claim that Pennsylvania votes cast legally on or before Election Day are somehow improper. Trump has vowed to go to the Supreme Court.
If at some point he arrives before the Supreme Court with a novel proposition that ballots that were lawfully cast by eligible voters but not yet counted by the time Donald Trump wanted them counted, that somehow they don't count anymore, he will be in for one of the most embarrassing defeats a president ever suffered before the highest court of the land.
Biden's team even blasting out a Biden Fight Fund appeal to supporters, a call for money to pay for what could be a long legal fight to get every vote counted.
But while the Biden team is fighting aggressively on the legal front, sending lawyers to multiple states, they remain increasingly confident that they may get to 270 electoral votes before the Pennsylvania count is even completed. We're live in Wilmington, Delaware. Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
All right, Andrew, thank you. And we are all tracking the ballot count throughout the country. For the latest, head to NBCNewYork.com. You can also get breaking push alerts right to your phone. Comes in handy. Download our NBC4 New York app.
New Jerseyans voted overwhelmingly to legalize the recreational use of marijuana yesterday, but don't light up just yet. The constitutional amendment does not take effect until January 1st. And Attorney General Grewal says it does not authorize what he called unregulated marijuana, unregulated meaning black market. One voter we spoke with expects legalization to have both financial and medical benefits.
I'm sure it's going to have a good tax amount, and the state will make a lot of money, and we need that for recovery of the economy. For me, it kills pain and arthritis and helps me sleep.
The amendment also requires state lawmakers to enact a regulatory framework, something they're already doing.
And Chuck, in Connecticut, Governor Lamont was asked today about legalizing marijuana. He said he favors a regional approach, so he plans to talk with Governor Cuomo here in New York and Rhode Island's governor as well.
Still, as we continue, our election coverage continues with races in our area. The uncalled nail-biter contest we're watching.
Plus, women attacked by a stranger. We're going to show you. Oh, that is hard to look at there. What else was caught on camera inside that Brooklyn deli? And the man police need your help to track down. Wow.
And the new details surrounding a deadly traffic stop. A Westchester officer shot a suspect police say was armed. The reason that officer will not be facing a judge.
The weather is cool and dry and clear across the tri-state area right now, and it stays that way for several days. As a matter of fact, it just keeps warming up. I'll show you the numbers coming up.
And we continue to monitor the large crowds of protesters moving through Manhattan. Take a look here. This is our live look from Chopper 4 at Greenwich Village. Looking like now more than 1,000 people moving towards Washington Square Park. It's one of many planned over the course of the next few nights. Again, everything has pretty much remained peaceful. They're calling for every vote to be counted and not protesting any particular candidate. We'll be back.
The electoral battle map appearing to shrink tonight, the latest projections and when we might know who the next president is. Also challenging the vote, what a road to the Supreme Court could look like when we see you back here tonight.